Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Mexican-American Latino Lens live podcast. I'm your host, Yasmin, and I'm a huge movie fan, and I'm joined by Dr. Luis Ruiz, who's my co-host, and he's a director, author, dentist, and the founder of both the Mexican-American Cultural Education Foundation, as well as Dr. Ruiz Productions. Dr. Ruiz, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really good. Oh my God, you said that so fast. Good job. I'm very impressed, and you didn't even miss a beat. Well, what a pleasure to see all of you again. And today I have the special pleasure to welcome two very talented people that made a very fun movie that I especially like because uh, uh, amongst friends, I run the Mexican-American Film and Television Festival, and this film won a bunch of awards in our festival, and it did without me ever knowing these filmmakers. I met them at the festival, but our judges and myself really like the movie and the performance. So I have a special affection for this film, and this people. So I'm very excited to welcome Andrea Londo, who is an amazing star, award winner, actress in also a Mexican American, born in San Diego and the border, which is super fun. So you get to live both lives. Yeah. And it's such a special thing to have you here. Welcome, Andrea. We'll chat a little bit more. I also want to welcome the director. Andrea was the star of the film, and then the director is my friend Miguel Duran, now my new friend. And we had a chance to chat about our projects, and he's so talented, and he's a doer and a go-getter, and that's what it takes, in this business. You nothing happens easy in the independent filmmaking world. So Miguel is one of those people that make things happen, and he is originally from Arizona, and he is the first in his family to achieve, become a professional university graduate, and it's such an exciting thing. And now I'm sure the family is very proud, just like we are proud. So as it is the protocol in our podcast, we are going to play the trailer. Not yet, because before we play the trailer, which is also part of our protocol, is to ask our very picky film critic here, which is my dear co-host. Tell us. I mean, I know you like this film. Tell us a little bit about what is that you liked, and then we're going to go to the trailer.
Okay, well, I really like that it was a romance, and I really like that the lead was a Latina, because there's not a lot of romance movies that have like a lead as a Latina. I mean, there's hardly movies that have a lot of leads as Latinos, but it's even harder when it's a rom-com. And I really like just like the journey of these two strangers, like finding out more about themselves while also learning about each other. I thought it was a really beautiful story. But it was just enjoyable and fun overall. And you just see like they have all these chaotic moments, but then they also have like these really endearing moments. And you just really do fall in love with the characters throughout the journey of the movie. So I really loved it.
Oh, yeah. I feel the same way. So our engineer Michaela, we would appreciate if you could please play the trailer so our friends get a little feeling on the movie, and then we'll get into a conversation with our two stars here.
My name is Tom.
I'm Lily.
I'm also driving to Phoenix tomorrow. Would you want to ride?
We just met. To the open road. I want to post it and share with everybody my road trip buddy.
Crazy, right? The idea of of getting to know someone by actually hanging out and talking to them.
That's so weird. Are we really just gonna sit in silence? You don't know anything.
You're right, Lily. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about you because this isn't real. I'm just a prop. If you were a superhero, what kind of superhero would you be? Sometimes the status quo is easier, even if you're not fully happy. This is not how I thought this trip would go. Now I get to start over. Adventure Time without his mom. What now?
Does he have to be alone?
No. He doesn't.
Wow, how fun! How fun! Well, it is time to talk to our friends now. Let's start with with Andrea. As you can see, she's the star. She's lovely and she's talented. Tell us a little bit about how do you landed this role. I know you've been in a lot of really big roles already, and how do you end up playing the superhero in this Adventure Tom movie?
Yes, thank you so much. That's such a sweet intro. I was very lucky to end up playing Lily. I think to be like super candid, the script came to me while I was in Europe preparing for my wedding. And I got the script, I read it, and I wasn't entirely sure what was happening because I got the script. I don't remember getting sides. But this was a long time ago at this point. And then I just told my manager, like, oh, I really like it. And something in me, I never do this, so I don't wanna say this and it just comes out like this is what I do. But I told him like I think I'm like perfect for this. I wonder if they're like offering the role, like if they know that I'm super interested. I wonder if like they would just want to meet and make it an offer. And then of course I said that, and then the next day I'm like, oh, why did I say that? Like I should have just auditioned for it. And then my manager came back and was like, actually, Miguel really wants to meet with you, and we zoomed, and then I had like the role was mine, which was crazy. Like it's one of those things that as an actor it doesn't always happen, and then when it does happen, you're like really excited and really nervous because now you feel like extra pressure. But that's sort of how it happened. And I later found out that Miguel, like the reason that worked was because Miguel had always thought of me for the role, which I didn't know until later. So
Wow,
yeah.
that must make you feel special.
Yeah, it really did. And I think I've always said that I'm a little witchy. Like I think I have like my sense is very high. So I think when I read it, I knew that I could like something in me was like, yeah, I wonder if I could just like talk to him and. So I don't know. I never do that again. I never do that, but that's how I did it for this one.
Well, there's always a reason why things happen, right? It sounds like you guys meant to work together. So Miguel, now tell us, the director and writer of this really fun film. Tell us how. I mean, actually, right now I'm very interested to know how is that you decided to write this film, and specifically, as you're writing it, you had Andrea in mind. I mean, how did this idea came about? I love the cartoon segments that you have, or animation segments that you have throughout the movie. It's really endearing, and it's really sort of like sort of establishes certain things as you see that, and gives you certain clues. So that is very cool. But so I have a lot of questions and all in one. Let's start with how you came out with this idea.
Okay, sure. So this idea kind of came to life in two parts. So I wrote a version of this a while ago after I had finished up my first feature. The first thing I did was like, I need to write another feature. So I sat down and I wrote kind of a version of this, but two things. One, I didn't entirely know how it ended. I had a script with no ending, and two, it's very hard to finance indie drama. So in my head, I was like, oh, this will never be made. I'll just sit it on a shelf until something happens, and I did, and something happened, and so I had a friend and a potential investor who was interested in helping to get smaller projects off the ground. So I pitched him on it. He seemed interested in the idea. So I went back and I kind of rewrote it from a post-pandemic point of view, like having gone through the pandemic and gone through just, people obsessively online all the time during that period and things like that, integrated a lot of those aspects into the scripts that I already, into the story I already had, and that helped me find the ending. So that's kind of where it came from. So it was in two parts. I had kind of a good chunk of the story, and then I came back to it from a different point of view a few years later, and was able to add some new elements to it and finish it. And then with Andrea, I saw Narcos, and just she had such a presence that left an impression, and then I knew she did some other indies where she was the lead, and I was like, oh my God, she would be so amazing. It was one of those where it's like as a director, you're like, oh, like God, if I could work with this actress, that would be so cool. And the thing is, like, when you do these things, you're like, okay, this is my first choice, but I get like, like fingers crossed, but like probably not. And then she was like, we want him, and she wanted to meet on Zoom, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And it all kind of worked out from there.
Yeah, sounds like it. And obviously there is that you guys did really good together. You work really well. Now the lead is, along with Andrea. How do you? I mean, how do you decided and how do you decided that you wanted to I mean, how do you decide that you wanted her to be Latina and him to be white, or was that part, or it just happened by luck? How did that interaction came about?
So that was always from the story, from the script. That was always established, and,
Okay.
and so I definitely need to point out that Graham was amazing, and I'm so happy we found him. And knowing we had a very tight, it was one of those situations where we had a lot of momentum going to make it happen, and then we knew this was 2 years ago, 2023. So this was leading up to the SAG strike. We knew we also had the SAG strike coming up. And if we didn't shoot it before that happened, we would lose that momentum. So we had to shoot it before. So we had been originally thinking about starting to shoot in late summer. And we were like, no, 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 we have to start production in like 3 weeks.
Wow.
So everything was kind of bumped up and pushed really fast. And
Wow.
so coming across Graham was just such a blessing. Um, to see, like, as soon as I saw his audition, I called everyone. I was like, "No, we found Tom. This is perfect. This is going to be
Wow.
great." But on the page, that's how it was written, and the reason for that is that, like, we don't focus on their backgrounds very much because it's about who they are and who they discover they are on this journey, on this road trip. But their backgrounds very much inform who they are. So we know that Tom is this person who struggles to communicate verbally, but you see a lot of what he's dealing with in the pictures he draws and the comics he creates. And then we see Lily, who is a first generation college graduate, and the pressure that she puts on herself as a person and the weight that she carries in that is so much. But it's not that doesn't mean that it's a movie about why she's a first generation Latina graduate. It's just it informs her character and who she is as a person. And so I knew
Yeah.
that those were important elements to the story and who these characters were, and how we approach casting.
Very, very good. Well, now I would like to know a little bit more about uh, Andrea. How do you going a little bit back, a little bit before the film? How do you decided to become a movie star? Andrea, tell us, how did you decide to go into the film, into the world of film?
Yeah. Movie star is a very big word.
I know, but you deserve it. You deserve it. I
Thank
think, I know, I don't think, I know I'm going to see, we're going to continue to see big things from you, we're cheering right behind you
thank
because
you.
we need movie stars like you. This is, I mean, you may or may not know, that our nonprofit, the Mexican-American Cultural Education Foundation, is our mission is to build stars, to help filmmakers that are building Latino stars because we need them. We don't have enough. I mean, we had just a couple, and most of the stories are not really our stories. So we this is what we're all about, and this is what this podcast is all about. So we're cheering you, and we're proud of you. So tell us a little bit about how do you become a movie? How do you become this wonderful actress?
Thank you. That's really sweet. I think I always wanted to be an actor, but I was a very like smart kid. Like I was very good in school and all these things. So I think when I was younger and I said something about it, people were like, "You want to be an actor, like be an architect or whatever." Um, so I sort of didn't, I wasn't very vocal about it growing up. And then after high school, I was devastated because I didn't get into like my top college choices. And I always thought that I was going to go to college and then I was going to become an actor.
Oh.
And because the college thing didn't pan out the way that I thought it would, I was like, well, I'm going to move to LA and start figuring out the acting thing. And then I'll go to community college and then I'll transfer. And I did do that. I got an associate's degree from Santa Monica College.
Hmm.
And then I transferred to UCLA. But of
Mhm.
course, the second I transferred into UCLA, I booked Narcos and didn't end up like really attending UCLA other than my orientation.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't know. I think I always wanted to be an actress. I think I was very naive because I grew up in Mexico. So I grew up in Tijuana. I went to school in San Diego. So that's just like it's interesting because my parents were pretty clueless about any kind of American dream type of thing. And then at the same time, I would be very much encouraged and empowered to kind of pursue the American dream at school, especially the high school that I went to.
Hmm.
So I think, yeah, I think I just always wanted to
Were,
do it.
were your parents supportive? Because a lot of I don't know if you agree with me, Yasmin, but a lot of parents are Latino parents are more about pushing their kids to be lawyers and to be and I think and I can tell you that firsthand that usually they will tell you, oh my God, you need to get a job that is secure, and a job in the arts is not secure, right? So were your parents supportive?
They weren't not supportive, but they were like, oh, but you're in school, right? Like, but you're in school, like you're in school. So I think um
They would
after
act like it's a
those,
hobby in a way.
what?
They would act like it's a hobby instead of like what you
Yes,
want.
yes, yes. And I think when I started
You
booking things,
tricked them.
I did trick them. And it's really sweet because when I started booking things, I feel like I was really excited and I could see that my parents were maybe like a little scared
Mhm.
that I had started booking things and they didn't know what this world was or what to expect. And after Narcos, my dad did say, because I wasn't going back to school at that point because I was super busy. And he was like, but some actors never work again. And I'm like, great, love to hear it. So like I just think they were supportive, but they were fearful. And I think
Well, that's what it is. They love you,
yeah,
right? They,
of
they
course.
want the best for you, and
Yeah.
and but I bet now they're very very proud of you.
Yeah.
Uh, how about you, my friend,
Yeah.
Miguel? What? How do you decided to become a movie director? That's a a
Mhm,
big thing,
mhm,
especially when I reading your bio, you're the first, in your family to go to college. So how
mhm.
did this happen?
So I went to a school that was that was a very good school for economics. So I was a big math nerd in school. I also, when I was younger, I wrote plays and performed
Oh,
things with my brother when I was younger. But that was just that was just fun stuff. Like the math, the more that kind of stuff was where it's at long term. So I went to college majoring in economics. But I grew up in Phoenix, went out to a school outside of Los Angeles in the IE, and was completely went through complete culture shock, and it was a rough time, and I kind of like I definitely struggled through my freshman year, until I realized, like, I got to a point sophomore year where I could take some electives, and thought, like, oh, I'm gonna try this screenwriting class. And what I quickly realized was that I just didn't. I guess not that I didn't have the heart to stay in economics, but I did have the heart, and that was why I couldn't stay in economics. Like, I wanted to do. I much prefer to do something I was passionate about than
mhm.
something that I might be good at, that secure and makes me money, but not make me happy. So I switched majors halfway through college to film studies instead of economics, and started taking any of the film studies or film or screenwriting classes that I could. And I started primarily as a screenwriter. So I got my first traction as a screenwriter. I had a script option, had a couple scripts, got some attention that way. But then, as a screenwriter, and we've all seen it, you have a lot of potential projects that, oh, it's going to happen, and then it doesn't, and then, oh, it's going to happen, and it doesn't. And so I got tired of that and wanted to just make my projects happen myself. So I moved into directing my projects myself. Like, I had the onset experience that I gained while I was waiting for these projects that never came to life, and just started learning by directing my own projects. And so I really, like, for a long time I called myself a writer who directs, and that was how I learned.
Yeah, I see that you already have although you're so young, you already have uh, many films under your belt, which is pretty impressive. And I guess maybe having that experience in economics, and that world probably also helps you a little bit when it comes to the business side of
Hmm.
filmmaking, right? Because I think
Yeah.
that, I mean, as an independent filmmaker, you have to have your head a little bit around around numbers, and around you know averages, and how you're going to achieve certain level of success. Otherwise, it's hard to do it, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think one thing that is true, but we don't always like to admit is true, is that it is the film business. I wish it was just the film arts. That would be wonderful.
Yeah,
We'd
yeah,
all be very happy. But it is the film business. So you do have to bring that aspect to it. And I think that certainly helped me in knowing how to budget, and knowing how to handle logistics, and
exactly.
in knowing how to do all of that has made a huge difference in being able to make projects happen on my own,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep. I mean, it's even talking to you in previous occasions that we had a chance to chat, I could see that you have a very good mind for business. So good. Well, that's how it is. I mean, you have to do both. You have to, in a way, you have to
Yeah.
travel that world of art, and telling your stories, but also managing how to do it and staying in budget.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, do we have another clip?
Yes, we can.
Um, our dear engineer, Michaela, please play it.
How did you? How did you do that? That guy was like 6 feet.
Jiu-jitsu, baby.
You have to teach. You have to teach me.
Okay.
Maybe you could teach me some moves before our next bar fight. That would be pretty useful for me.
Bar fight.
What are you doing?
reviewing their awful pizza.
You review. That's a good idea. Fuck them! No, wait, no. No more phones. No more phones. Only
You're right.
natural discovery.
You're so right.
I know it, right?
Why are these little things that matter so
They're
much?
evil. They're evil. It's evil.
You're so evil.
It's evil. Fuck our
Fuck our phones.
Fuck our phones! Fuck our phones! Fuck our phones! Where are you going? Where are you going? Hey, Lily, wait. Okay, wait. We have to go. Our hotel's that way. I know, it's a river.
Tom, the
It's
river.
actually, I would classify that as a creek. I don't think that's really a river.
Whatever.
Let's go back to
our
our,
phone.
you want my phone?
Come on, hand me your phone.
You want my phone?
Hand me your phone.
Here's my phone. Take my phone. Oh. Yeah, here's my. What the fuck did Lily? What did you do?
We don't need them anymore.
I don't need my phone. What do you mean I don't need my phone? I'm gonna need
Come
my
on,
phone.
throw
What?
my phone. Do me the honors. Throw it.
You want me to throw your phone?
Throw it.
You want me to throw your
Tom,
phone?
just do it.
You sure?
Yes. Throw it.
Brilliant idea. It's just a brilliant idea. You ready?
Yes.
What a great team.
We did it! We're free! We don't need our phones anymore! We're free!
We're free.
I like the Lily is the strong character here, the one that runs the show as a strong Latina as it is the case usually. What a great movie. Well, are we ready to do our special the fast questions and fast answers, so we get to know our
Question. So
this is a
little segment.
explain it.
It's just a little segment where we just ask quick questions and get quick responses, just so the audience can know more about you overall.
I mean, it gets a little personal, but so for fun.
Okay.
You guys are nervous, I can see.
Andrea, her first question. What's a secret talent you have?
I don't know if I have any secret talent. I mean, I don't know if it's secret, but I'm very good at like doing my makeup professionally. I actually did my makeup on this movie, so
Nice.
I don't think that's a secret.
All right, your turn.
Miguel, what is your favorite music?
Favorite music? Oh, my favorite band is Depeche Mode of all time.
Oh,
Absolutely. Yeah.
rocker.
Actually, oh my God, I can't
Favorite
believe
rocker. Do you play an
I can't
instrument?
believe you asked that
I
because
love
I'm wearing a
Depeche.
Depeche Mode shirt. Look, you can't see it. I'm wearing a Depeche
Oh,
Mode
look
shirt.
at
Actually,
that.
totally by coincidence.
Do you play any instruments?
I don't.
Me? Oh, no.
How about Miguel?
No, absolutely not. I wish.
All right. I stole your question. Now it's your turn.
Okay. Andrea, who broke character the most on set? Was it you or Graham?
Character?
Yeah, broke character.
Well, filming?
Yeah.
I don't think either of us did. I feel like we were pretty locked in. No?
Good job.
That's
Good
I
job.
think they were both locked in. We were on the road so much because we were in the car together everywhere we're going, doing the actual road trip. By the time we got to film, they were always locked in.
nice.
Miguel, tell us the truth. Are you a little bit? Is Venture Tom a little bit of you?
In a weird way. So every project I've done before this, one character has been very much me, and this is the first time where like I feel like I split myself into both of the characters.
Okay, so last question for both of you. Describe the film in one word.
But you can do 2.
2 words.
Awesome, adventurous.
I think
Don't steal my word.
no, I have 2 words. I was gonna say seeking truth is how I would describe it.
Okay, well, I like that. Miguel?
All right. I would say endearing.
Endearing. Yeah, I love it. Love it. Well, my friends, the time is getting short, and it's time for my co-host to tell our friends where to see this film. You know, because we I mean, at the end, our goal is to make sure that we support our independent filmmakers, Latino filmmakers, because making a film is extremely difficult. And the only way that we are going to see more of ourselves in film and television is by supporting Latino filmmakers. So we invite all of you to, to really go and watch the film and pay the Amazon fee for the view. So, I mean, it's not that much, I'm sure. So tell us.
Adventure Time completed a festival and theatrical run, but they're available to pre-order on December 2nd through Apple TV. I'll put the link in the description and in the comment section. And if you want to stay updated on Adventure Tom, you can go ahead and follow their movie page on Instagram at Adventure Tom Movie. And I just want to thank everyone for joining us on this episode of Mexican-American Latino Lens Live podcast, where we spotlight the brilliance, resilience, and creativity of Latino filmmakers and beyond. And I just want to remind everyone not to forget to follow us at Dr. Ruiz Productions on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure, Miguel.
Yep.
Thank you for making
so
the
much for having
time.
us.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys hopefully at the Mexican-American Film and Television Festival. Andrea, you're a star. I want to see more of you everywhere.
He is.